Hi, welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today we're going to do Advanced Vocabulary Builder lesson number 41, where we go through 10 advanced words and talk about their definitions, parts of speech, and a couple of example sentences for each. We'll finish up with a story for extra practice. This is a series, and there are 40 more of these videos that came before, so if you like this, check out the channel and subscribe. Let's go ahead and hop in. First, listen to me read the words. Kismet, Vagary, trivial, temperance, florid, prestidigitation, nonchalant, conundrum, anecdote, loquacious. First, Kismet. This means destiny, fate, and it's a noun. So I've heard this word used to describe, for example, two old friends meeting after years and getting the chance to reconnect. That right there is kismet. It's like fate brought them back together. Examples are, some people believe in the concept of kismet, that certain events are destined to happen and are beyond our control. The unexpected encounter at the coffee shop felt like kismet, leading to a chance meeting with a long-lost friend. Next, we have vagary. This means an unexpected and inexplicable change in a situation or in someone's behavior. It's a noun. So if your friend who's typically nice starts acting strangely and is mean to you, that would be a vagary. So examples here are, he was known for his vagaries, frequently changing his mind and going on unexpected adventures. The vagaries of the weather made it challenging to plan outdoor activities during the unpredictable season. Trivial. This means of little value or importance. It's a noun. So it simply means it's not important. It doesn't matter. Something that's trivial to me is the color of the pen I'm using. I don't care as long as it writes. That's trivial. Examples are, in the grand scheme of life, many worries that seem overwhelming are actually trivial, and it's essential to focus on what truly matters. The daily problems that once bothered him now felt trivial as he embraced a new perspective on life. Temperance, this means moderation in action or thought as a noun, or it can mean abstinence from alcoholic drink as a noun. So in the United States, we had something called the Temperance movement that happened in US history. And it was the idea that no one should drink alcohol. And it actually became law. It became part of the US Constitution, but was repealed. So the temperance movement was the ban on alcohol. And, people found a way around it. Very interesting piece of history. Or you can think of temperance in terms of moderation. The idea of temperance can have some religious connotations. People who are very religious may value this idea. So, really useful and interesting word. Examples are, with great temperance, she handled the challenging situation, keeping her emotions in check and making thoughtful decisions. Practicing temperance in eating and drinking allowed him to maintain a healthy and balanced lifestyle. Florid. This means flowery, ornate. It's an adjective. So a wedding, for example, could be described as florid if it's decorated with heavy florals, lots of flowers. A piece of clothing with lots of flowers you could describe as florid. And you'll see in this next example that the idea of florid can apply to something that's overdone in a beautiful way. Examples are, the writer's prose was so florid, filled with elaborate descriptions and colorful language, that it transported readers to another world. Her writing style was the opposite of florid, with clear and concise sentences conveying powerful messages. Prestidigitation. This is magic tricks performed for entertainment. It's a noun. And this word is obviously very difficult to say. It's not an easy word to pronounce. But this word is associated with magicians performing magic tricks. You'll see magicians perform card tricks, pull a rabbit out of a hat, and much more complex things with professional magicians. Examples are: the magician wowed the audience with his impressive prestidigitation, making objects disappear and reappear in a blink of an eye. His prestidigitation skills earned him a reputation as one of the most talented magicians in the city. Nonchalant. This means having a lack of concern, indifference. It's an adjective. So someone who's nonchalant doesn't really care. They're just having a pleasant time and aren't paying close attention or caring too much about details or having strong opinions. Examples are: despite the challenging situation, he remained nonchalant, as if nothing could faze him. His nonchalant response to the criticism surprised everyone, as he seemed unfazed by the negative comment. Conundrum. This is a confusing and difficult problem or question. It's a noun. So a conundrum is something that needs to be solved. It's a challenge. For example, if you get to the airport and your plane ticket is for yesterday, that's a conundrum. That's a difficult problem to solve. Examples are: solving the puzzle proved to be a real conundrum, as it required a combination of logic and creativity. The ethical conundrum posed a challenge for the students as they grappled with conflicting viewpoints and values. Anecdote. This is a short, humorous, or interesting account. It's a noun. So an anecdote is a little story, usually to illustrate a point or usually something that's a little funny and very interesting. Examples are: she shared a funny anecdote from her childhood, making everyone at the gathering laugh. His speech was peppered with anecdotes that captivated the audience and made his points relatable. Loquacious. This means talkative. It's an adjective. Someone who's loquacious uses a lot of words and talks a lot. They have a lot to say. Examples are: the loquacious tour guide provided a wealth of information about the historical site, leaving the visitors impressed. The loquacious neighbor would talk for hours about anything and everything, making it challenging to get a word in. So let's do a review story to practice a little bit more. Listen to me read the story. On an important stop in his campaign circuit, Senator Johnson stood at the podium, preparing to deliver a speech that would define the course of his political career. It was a moment of kismet, the culmination of years of hard work and determination. But as he glanced at the audience, he felt a sudden vagary of emotions, unsure of how they would receive his words. He addressed the crowd in a nonchalant demeanor, trying to hide the nerves that churned within him. His eloquence and charm were well known, and he knew he could sway the crowd with his words. However, the weight of the issues he was about to address made this a conundrum. He had to strike a balance between addressing the pressing matters at hand and avoiding trivial topics that would distract from the main message. With temperance and poise, he navigated through the complexities, presenting practical solutions to the city's most pressing challenges. He aimed to avoid the trap of loquaciousness, focusing on core issues and not letting his speech become a mere florid display of rhetoric. In the middle of his speech, he shared a personal anecdote about a humble family he had met during his campaign trail. This anecdote provided a human touch, making his policies and promises more relatable to everyday lives of the people he sought to represent. However, as he reached the end of his speech, a sense of prestidigitation was required. He had to weave together various threads of his message and leave the audience with a clear call to action. Ultimately, the speech was a success, and he was able to sway the crowd of voters to support him. So, let's read through these words one last time. Kismet, Vagary, trivial, temperance, Florid, prestidigitation, nonchalant, conundrum, anecdote, loquacious. Great job today. Like I said early in the video, this is a series, so if you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe, and I'd appreciate a like, and feel free to ask questions about these words in the comments below. I hope to see you in the next video. I'll put additional playlists and videos right here. Thanks so much. Bye.